Good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock. Man, time flies by so fast. I made my video at 9 in the morning and now it's 3 o'clock. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed my show I made early this morning. I'm going to keep saying this, guys. I have to cut my videos into segments. That way it doesn't take long to upload, obviously. Because if I make one video and it's like an hour and 50 minutes, it can take 2-3 hours to upload. That's why I cut it into segments. That way it takes faster to upload. It's faster to upload, obviously. So I have to cut my videos, guys. I'm sorry. I have to cut it, obviously. What are you eating, Ira? I'm eating Jamaican patty. They bought me Jamaican patty when they left on vacation. So, that's fucking hot. It's burning my legs. Yeah. So I hope you guys know my show I made earlier this morning. Talked about Sky Source, Zanus, the Hollywood actors, the payment structures, all that stuff, right? Ivan, how are your hot dogs yesterday? Oh my god, they were so good. Nasdaq has amazing food, man. They also have club sandwiches. I'm gonna try their club sandwiches. Yeah. There is a when you bought with Tony, when you get food, yes I will, but I'm gonna get food at the Shane's restaurant. I'll probably just get their burgers and their onion rings and some of that fries. I want to get their pizza, but pizza, I can't really carry a pizza while I'm biking, right? Whereas the burgers, I can put in my bag. But those hot dogs, Snack Shack, were amazing, man. Snack Shack has amazing food. Yeah. Did you fill your form, Ivan? Yes, I did. It took me like, I don't know, 30 minutes to fill my form. It's a long form, right? I filled it. But I need to give my health card information, but the Steph families, I left my health card on my fridge. Posted on my fridge, and the Steph, the folks, they took it. So I texted them, where's my health card? So I need to give my health card information when I apply for welfare. So everything else I filled out after my video. It took me like 30 minutes to fill it out. It's a long form. I filled it out, obviously. Will you still be working when you collect welfare checks, Ivan? Yes, I will, but part-time. As for Welfare Quebec, you're not allowed to work full-time and collect checks. They allow you to work part-time, but not full-time. They're like, yeah, can I work once or twice a week at Dinty's? But even if I work once or twice a week at Dinty's, I'm making less than what I'm making now. As right now, I make my $1,600 to $800 a month. With welfare, I'll make my $1,300 to $1,500 a month with my working part-time at Dinty's. I'm making a bit less. And I wrote the information in my application. I want to be able to work once or twice a week at Dinty's while I collect $800. $800 a month is not enough. That's way less than what I'm making now. But I have priorities in life. I want to focus on my Zane's book and also perhaps write the unique. I also want to go work out and lose the weight, obviously. There's more important. My health, my mental health, obviously. This Jamaican pie is amazing. But she bought, my stepmother, she bought chicken, not beef. Beef one's better. Yeah. Beef one's better, obviously, right? So, Ivan, do you really think Kevin Feige is responsible for the success of the MCU? I'm going to give you my honest answer. On paper, yes, but not on paper, no. On paper, he is, but not on paper, he's not. He has a part to play, but he had a lot of help, man. As Kevin Feige had people who kept him in check during the first few phases, and after that, he fired all those guys because I think he has an ego, and after that, it went downhill. So, it kind of answers your question, right? I don't mean to be rude. Like Kevin Feige, I do agree on paper. He is ultimately responsible for the success of the MCU, but there's more to the story. Yeah. There's more to the story, I'm saying. There's more to the story. Because I always hear John Capia, yeah, Kevin Feige is responsible for the success of the MCU. On paper he is, but not on paper he's not. He's a part of it, obviously. A part of the success, but he's not the ultimate success of it, obviously. As Kevin for the first few phases, Kevin Feige had people in the Marvel space who consulted with him, who kept him in check. And he didn't like those guys, and he told Bob Iger to fire them and get rid of them. And once he fired them and got rid of them, and he started Phase 4, Marvel went downhill from there. So there's a debate. It's debatable, right? Yeah, I don't mean to put Kevin Feige down. I just want to give you guys the real story behind all that. Yeah. I was ignorant too, but I watched a video of Midnight Edge. They talked about the MCU, the fall of the MCU, and they gave the whole history. I'm like, holy shit. So Kevin Feige is not necessarily the reason behind the success of the MCU. There's more to the story, yes. In the first few phases, he had people who kept him in check, obviously. And when he did have consultants in Marvel keep him in check, obviously, that's when Marvel was very successful. And after that, when he had no one to keep him in check, Marvel went downhill from there, obviously. So how do you answer that, right? I gave the example with the Bill Belichick example with Tom Brady in the last video. Yeah. Just saying, Sarah. Yeah. Why? How do you know Kevin Feige piloting? I don't know. I'm not an insider. I don't know what happened behind the scenes. But I think it's obvious Kevin Feige obviously got desperate and he panicked after Quantumania flopped because they were supposed to do Kang Dynasty for Avengers 5. And Kang did not resonate with the fans in Quantumania and it flopped. I think Kevin Feige, he panicked. He had a panic attack and he was desperate. And that's why he brought all the same guys from Avengers 3 and 4. You think it's a coincidence that he brought all the same guys from Avengers 3 and 4 and the same directors to direct Avengers 5? That's a sign of desperation, honestly, right? That cries desperation. So I'm saying, he got desperate, Kevin Feige, and he panicked, obviously. He even brought back a character that he killed off in the Avengers movie. He brought back Robert Downey Jr., man. And Robert Downey Jr., they killed him off in in Endgame, and he brought him back for Doctor Doom to play the villain. I think that cries desperation, man. He needed help. He got desperate. He needed help. Yeah, Rob, I need your help, man. I need you to build buzz for my next Avengers movie. I want you to, even though I killed you off, I want you to play Doctor Doom. Yeah. Kevin Feige panicked and he got desperate. That's what I think would happen behind the scenes, obviously, right? He panicked and he got desperate. Don't hate me, Kevin Feige. I'm saying, yeah, he panicked, he got desperate, Kevin Feige. Yeah. He panicked. Yeah. Because every movie in Phase 4 and 5 was flop after flop after flop. Yeah, even though I love Shang-Chi, Shang-Chi is one of my favorite Marvel movies. I love Shang-Chi. That's such an amazing movie. Even that movie flopped. It only made like $400 million. It didn't make any money. Black Widow was not that great. It flopped. Eternals, I heard, was pretty good, but the movie flopped too. The only three movies in Phase 4 and 5 made money. Multiverse of Madness, Thor Love and Thunder, and Deadpool Wolverine. Everything else flopped, didn't make any money. Broke even or didn't make any money. That's why Kevin Feige, he panicked when Quantumania flopped. Because Quantumania was supposed to lead into the Kang Dynasty story in Avengers. And because Kang didn't resonate with the fans, I think Kevin Feige, he panicked and he had to make changes, obviously. As I predicted in my 2023 video, 2023 Year of the Flops, I said they might have Doctor Doom be the villain. I was right. And Rob Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom. I heard rumors about that. And I was right, yeah. And Rob Downey Jr. is not Doctor Doom. Sarah. That's why right now Marvel, the MCU, is in a mess. They're in a mess, obviously, because like even though Rob Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom, like how are they going to start the story off? Because Kang was originally supposed to be the main villain of the Avengers movies, but he didn't resonate with the fans. So what story are they going to come up with, obviously, for Avengers 5? That's why MCU is in a bit of a mess right now, obviously, right? Yeah. Because Disney made Quantumania and Kang was supposed to be the main villain of the Avengers trilogy, but then whatever happened in that movie with Kang, now you have a new villain in Avengers 5, but how are they going to introduce Rob Downey Jr.? They have to come up with a story to try to tell a good story, obviously. That's why the MCU, I don't mean to be rude, they're in a very messy situation right now. Yeah. So, Sarah, they're in a messy situation. They're in a messy situation, Sarah. Yeah. Yeah. You think Fantastic Four will flop? Yes. Fantastic Four will be another flop, man. Yeah. As fans don't really care that much about Fantastic Four. I don't really care about Fantastic Four. I'm way more hyped for seeing Superman than I am Fantastic Four, right? Fantastic Four will not be a billion-dollar movie. It'll probably make $500 million. You're looking at another flop, man. Another flop for Fantastic Four. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm making a prediction. Fantastic Four will not hit $1 billion. I don't think it'll even hit $800 million. I think it might hit 500, 400, maybe $600 million. And if it has legs, maybe $700 million. But it will not be a huge, huge hit. The movie will probably lose money or break even. Yeah. Obviously. Because Marvel is in a bad position right now. All their movies are just flopping, man. Flop after flop. Yeah. Captain America 4 flopped. Thunderbolts flopped. Yeah. Even though I love Anthony Mackie's performance as Captain America, amazing performance as Captain America, obviously. He had an amazing performance. The movie was not that good. That's why it flopped. Captain America 4 was not that great of a movie. It was okay. It wasn't that good, obviously. That's why it flopped. I love Anthony Mackie's performance. He had an amazing performance in that movie. Beautiful performance, obviously. Sarah? Yeah. So when all these guys say Kevin Feige is the greatest producer of all time, he created a very successful cinematic universe. In an ultimate sense, yes, but there's a debate obviously about that, and you have to get a bigger side of the story, right? As I told you, in the first three phases, Kevin Feige had people who kept him in check. And then once he got rid of those people and he was a one-man show, Marvel went downhill. So what does that say about Kevin Feige? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not shitting on his legacy. In an ultimate sense, he is responsible for the success of the MCU. But there's also a debate about that, and there's more to the story that I told you guys don't know, obviously, some Sarah. Yeah. So when Kevin Feige is a one-man show, Marvel goes downhill. But when he's not a one-man show and he has people who keep him in check, Marvel is in its glory days. So how do you answer that? You see what I'm saying? That's why you gotta really, really look at both sides of the story, obviously. I know John Cannon probably thinks I'm crazy. Ivan, you're crazy. Kevin Feige is responsible for the success of the MCU. In ultimate sense, he is, but there's also it's debatable, and you have to look at the bigger picture of what happened behind the scenes and the story behind it. There's a guy named Mike. What's his name? I forget his name. He was he ran a Marvel division, obviously. Kevin Feige had that Mike guy and other guys who kept him in check during the three phases of Marvel. Obviously, Kevin Feige had checks and balances for his first three phases of Marvel. He had consultants on stuff, and that's when Marvel succeeded. And once he got rid of those guys because he has an ego and he became the one-man show, it went downhill from there. So how do you answer that, guys, right? You gotta look at all sides of the story. I'm not shitting on his legacy. I'm just saying, man, you gotta look at all sides of the story, Sarah. I gave the example of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, right? Yeah. When Tom Brady was with the New England Patriots, the Patriots were in their glory days. They were a very good team, and once he leaves, all of a sudden they what? They were no longer a good team, which means Tom Brady was ultimately responsible for the success of the Patriots, obviously, not Bill Belichick. So, Sarah. In other words, once Tom Brady leaves, Bill Belichick is now an average coach. They no longer see him as that great coach. They see him as an average coach because for, I think, the next 3-4 years, the Patriots didn't even make the playoffs, man. They were a bad team, which means Tom Brady was ultimately responsible for the success of the Patriots. Obviously. It wasn't Bill Belichick. Don't hate me, Bill. I'm saying, yeah, that's my point, I'm saying. And he goes to another team, the Buccaneers, and he also wins them a Super Bowl too. And that's how you know Tom Brady was ultimately responsible for the success of the Patriots. When they had the debate, right? Yeah. So, Sarah? Are you going to eat junk food again tonight? Yes, I will. Tonight I'm going to order Glamour Pizza. Yeah. I'm going to have maybe I got a small pizza. Small pizza maybe with wings. Yeah, small pizza with wings, right? Yeah. Ivan, you filled your welfare form? Yeah, I did. I filled my welfare form. It took me like 35 minutes to fill that form, man. It's a fucking long form. But I'm missing one information. I need I put in my SIN number in there. But they want my health insurance card number. But I left my health insurance card on the fridge and the folks took it. So they obviously have my health card. That's why I text my stepmother to give me the health card information. That way I can give my sheets, my paper to the office, obviously. I can just give my information tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow I'll ask for the card number, my healthcare card number, and I'll give the sheet to the office. Yeah. Will you still be working on it when you collect welfare? Yes, I will, but I'll be working like one shift a week at Dinty's or 2 shifts a week at Dinty's. I wrote down the paper that I want to work 1 to 2 shifts a week at Dinty's, but I'm gonna quit Coco Fruity and I'll work once a week, twice a week at Dinty's, obviously, because I'd rather work at Dinty's than work at Coco Fruity. I don't like working at Coco Fruity. Coco Fruity is too much work, Samsara. Yeah. So this week I'm gonna tell the boss, I'm gonna give him my 2-week notice. The Coco Fruity boss. Yeah, I can work for you for the next 2 years, but I'm going back to collecting welfare. I don't want to work much right now. I just want to focus on working on my book, and I also want to work out, go swimming, and lose this weight, and yeah, and have a healthier body. I have more important things right now than working right now. Sarah? Yeah. So why do you really think Kevin Feige is responsible for the success of the MCU? On paper he is, but on paper he's not. Not on paper he's not. I don't mean to be rude, man. Like he was a one-man show in Phase 4 and 5, and it went downhill. So I think that answers your question, right? He's not ultimately responsible for the success of the MCU when it's not on paper. On paper he is. When you dig a little deeper and you get the whole gist of the story, he's not. He's not, man. He had a lot of help and people keeping him in check during the first few phases. And once he got rid of those guys, now the MCU is in a messy situation. Flop after flop after flop after flop. Shows flopping. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think that answers your question, right? I don't mean to shit on his legacy. I'm just giving you all sides of the story. Well, John's like, that's bullshit, man. He is responsible as the MCU. On paper, he is, John. But when you dig a little deeper, not necessarily, right? Yeah, man. Don't hate me, I'm sending you out. Don't hate me, get invited, I'm sending you out. Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and make another patty for myself. I'm fucking hungry. Those patties are really good. The chicken Jamaican patties are really good right here. Yeah. So what, you think Kevin Feige panicked? Yeah, he did, man. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but based on his actions, like what he did with Avengers 5 and 6, I think that shows signs of desperation and help. Kevin Feige needed help. He got desperate. That's why he brought back the same guys who worked on Avengers 3 and 4. As initially it was supposed to be the writer who wrote Quantumania. Because it flopped, he fired that writer and he made some changes. So I think Kevin Feige, he needed help, and he was under a lot of pressure, and he panicked, and he That's why he brought all these guys back for Avengers 5 and 6. Because he got desperate and he panicked. That's why I think happened behind the scenes. He also brought back Robert Downey Jr., man. Come on, guys, man. He killed him off in fucking Endgame. And he brings him back as Doctor Doom as the main villain. I think that shows signs of desperation, right? To bring back the actor that you killed off in Endgame, I think that shows signs of desperation, obviously. Yeah, Robert, I need your help, man. I want to build buzz for my next Avengers movie. All my movies have been flopping. I need your help. I think you had to cry for help, yeah. Kevin Feige panicked, man, yeah. That's what I think happened behind the scenes. I don't know what happened. That's what I think what happened. So, Sarah? Yeah. Why, just man, do you really think Kevin Feige is responsible for the success of the MCU? On paper, he is, but when you dig a little deeper, not necessarily. That's what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So I'm saying, huh? Yeah. After this, I'm gonna take a nice hot shower. Yeah. What are you gonna watch after your show, Ivan? I might watch Andor. I'm gonna finish up Andor. Yeah, I'm gonna binge Andor. Then after Andor, I'm gonna binge Last of Us season 2. And after that, I'm gonna finish Game of Thrones. I'm on season 3 of Game of Thrones. I'm gonna binge that. Game of Thrones is an amazing show. Yeah. So Sarah. Hence why never do the one-man show thing. If you're in the independent route, that's a different story. But if you're in the Hollywood system, never do the one-man show. Otherwise, you can have a lot of problems with your franchise and your movie. It's good to have help. It's good to humble yourself and just know that you need help. Admit that you need help. And I think Kevin Feige, he might have humbled himself a little bit. Okay, I fucked up. I thought, you know what I'm saying, I can do this alone. I don't need any help. And now my Phase 4 and 5 were flops. I think Kevin Feige had to cry for help. He might have humbled himself a little bit. I need some help. That's why he brought back the Russo brothers and the same writers who wrote the previous Avengers movies 3 and 4. And he brought back Robert Downey Jr. because I think he had to cry for help. And he panicked. Because his Phase 4 and 5 was not working, obviously. That's why I think what happened, obviously. I don't know. I don't have any sources on this. But that's what I think what happened behind the scenes. So Sarah, he panicked at Feige with his MCU brand right now. Phases 4 and 5 were flops. Even his television shows did not receive great reception from the fans. Yeah. Even his television shows were like flops too. A lot of fans didn't really like it. Like his television shows, his Marvel television shows. Yeah. So Sarah? Because Marvel Phases 1, 2, and 3 were much better than Phases 4 and 5. Much better quality movies. You know what I'm saying? Much better stories. And that was when Kevin Feige was in check. Was kept in check by the other guys, the other Marvel guys. And once he's no longer kept in check, Marvel goes downhill. So, I mean, that's why you have that debate, obviously, right? Is Kevin Feige ultimately responsible for the success of Marvel? Or is there a deeper story behind all that? You got to get all sides of the story, right? That's my point. Yeah. So, Ivan, you're predicting another flop from Fantastic Four? Yes. Fantastic Four will flop too. I don't think it's going to make any money, man. I think it'll break even or perhaps lose some money. I think Fantastic Four will be lucky to make $600 million, maybe $500 million in the box office. I don't think it's going to be a hit, man. As fans don't really resonate that well with Fantastic Four. As every single Fantastic Four movie that came out flopped, and I think this one will most likely flop too. I don't think it's going to make any money. Maybe $500 million in the box office. The chances are Kevin Feige is looking at another flop. Hence why I think he panicked. He got desperate. Okay, my Phase 4 and 5 is not working. All my movies are flopping. I want to resurrect the franchise back and hopefully make Avengers 5. Forget about the Kang story. Let's change this to Doctor Doom. Bring Robert Downey Jr. back to build buzz. Obviously, and have the same guys who directed Avengers 3 and 4 direct that and write it. That's a sign of desperation. Yeah. Because I think Kevin Feige, his hope is to resurrect the Marvel franchise back into its glory days by having Avengers 5 and Avengers 6 be amazing movies and win more of the fans back. Because right now the fans are not really resonating with Marvel right now. That's why Marvel's in a very tough, messy situation. Because I guarantee you, I'm making a prediction. I don't think Fantastic Four will be a billion-dollar hit. It won't. It'll probably make maybe 500, 600 million in the box office. Because Fantastic Four cannot compete with Superman, right? Superman is a bigger IP than Fantastic Four. Kevin Feige's Marvel Fantastic Four cannot compete with James Gunn's Superman. It just can't. James Gunn's Superman will be the more popular IP than Fantastic Four. So, that's my point. Yeah. You give me a second, guys. I'm going to go upstairs and make another Jamaican patty. I'll be back in a sec. Let's get everyone with hello. Hope you guys are on the show. went upstairs to get my coffee. No, I mean, sorry, I went upstairs to make my Jamaican patty. Yeah. Just one, Ivan? Yeah, just one. I had two, so this is my third one. I'm really hungry. I'm going to save my appetite for the night. I'm going to order my glamour pizza. A medium, Ivan, or a small? I'll get a small. Medium's too much. One time I ordered medium and I couldn't finish it. A small's enough. I might get a small with maybe wings. It'll cost me like $35 around there. Yeah, a small pizza's enough, right? I don't need a medium. Medium's too much. I can't eat a medium. Thin crust, I can eat a medium, but for me to eat a medium, I have to like not eat all day. But if I ate food earlier, I'll get a small. A small's enough, obviously. Yeah. Lemon has the amazing pizza, the best pizza in Elmer. Now. No, seriously, guys. All you guys in Elmer, when you order Elmer pizza, you'll see what I mean. Your pizza is fucking amazing. Fucking sinful pizza, man. Amazing pizza. Their burgers are not the best, but the burgers are also up there too. They have amazing burgers too. My third favorite in Elmer. My favorite burger place in Elmer is probably the Depanneur. I forget what it's called. The Depanneur right before Dinty's is the one there. They have amazing burgers. That burger is number one. Snack Shack is second for me. And third place, Glamour for the burgers. But their pizza is number one. Glamour has the best pizza in Elmer. But I haven't tried the pizza place at the Depanneur. They have pizza too. I haven't tried that pizza. But I probably think Glamour takes the cake as the best pizza in Elmer. They have amazing pizza, man. I recommend all you guys try Glamour pizza. And their garlic dip, it's so good. Oh. Yeah. Why do you think the MCU went downhill? Kevin Feige had nobody to keep him in check, man. That's why it went downhill, man. You think it's a coincidence after he gets rid of the guys and he's now a one-man show for Phase 4 and 5, it goes downhill? Because he had nobody to challenge him, nobody to console him, nobody to really help him out. That's why, and he was stretched too thin, too many projects and everything. He was stretched too thin, hence why it went downhill, obviously. And another reason, Marvel decided to go into the multiverse nonsense with Endgame, and that could be a reason why Phase 4 went downhill too. Hence why stay away from multiverse stuff, guys. That stuff is not good. Obviously. But the main reason why the MCU went downhill because Kevin Feige, I don't mean to be rude, he let his ego get to him. He thought he could run Marvel Studios without nobody to keep him in check, and he was stretched too thin. That's why it went downhill. Yeah. And the pandemic has a part to play for Phase 4. Obviously. For Phase 4, the pandemic, obviously, when the pandemic happened, that obviously has a part to play with some of his movies flopping, obviously. But even after the pandemic thing ended, Phase 5 also was a flop too. Yeah. And Kevin Feige wasn't really producing great movies, as most of the movies in Phase 4 and 5 were not good movies, obviously. The only good thing we got out of Phase 4 was Shang-Chi. Everything else was mediocre at best, obviously. And, Phase 5, yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder I heard was not that great. Multiverse of Madness was okay, but even that movie's not that great either. You see what I'm saying? And Deadpool Wolverine was pretty good, but even Deadpool Wolverine was not exactly great of a movie. Yeah. Not a masterpiece, right? Yeah. So in Phases 4 and Phases 5, Kevin Feige only had 3 hits. Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange, Thor: Love and Thunder, I believe made like $800 million. It made profit, obviously, little profit, obviously, and Deadpool Wolverine made its $1 billion plus. Whereas every movie besides that were all flops, break even flops. Yeah, that's why I believe Kevin Feige panicked, obviously, and he got desperate. Hence why he brought back all the same guys from his previous phases, right? Avengers 3 and 4, yeah. He got desperate, he panicked. Don't even Kevin Feige, yeah. Yeah. Ivan, if David Zaslav hired you and you wrote Superman, you think your Superman would be better than Zack Snyder's and James Gunn's Man of Steel? Perhaps, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm very gifted, obviously. An amazing storyteller. Yeah. Yeah. And if I wrote a Superman story or a Spider-Man Miles Morales story or a Marvel story, I have to read the comics in that for that specific character, and that's how I come up with a story, obviously. Yeah. You study it and you write your screenplay, obviously, right? Yeah. Because I'm a creative genius. I have the gift. I'm a creative genius. Yeah, I'm gonna shut this camera, guys. You guys will see me in part 2.